Hey all, and welcome to Shadow Space, and we're commenting on another BCP video. This one is called Kathy Hochul faceplants in most embarrassing way possible, mocking Trump attending Knicks finals. This was uploaded May 27th. This is being recorded May 28th, and link is in the description.
Are you still a Knicks fan, President Trump?
Well, I am, and I get along with Jim Dolan. I think he's a really nice guy, and he's entitled to a good team because he's suffered a little bit. And boy, they turned. Some of these players have turned out to be great players.
Yeah.
And Philadelphia is a tough team. You look at them as a team. Their center, Embiid.
Look at
He's a big guy. No, I really like Jim Dolan a lot. I'm really happy for him and for the team. I think it's great.
So President Trump, the Knicks game next week?
No, I was invited to I was going to go on Wednesday, but they closed it out very quickly. And Jim Dolan's a great guy. He's, as you know, owns and in charge of Madison Square Garden. He's having a good year. Boy, what a team. They win all their games. They have some great players. I think I'll be going to one of the games. Yeah, I was invited by numerous people and Jim. And I think I'll be going. It's great to see it.
President Trump, on election fraud, President Trump.
The Knicks have really suffered for years.
Do they talk about things in these meetings?
Boy. So
Oops.
we got to talk about the uproar that is currently happening over the
Almost.
possibility that the President of the United States, President Trump, will be attending a
tell
Knicks
you what,
finals
do it
game
anyways.
this year in New York City at Madison Square Garden, which would be a pretty epic moment considering how the president is from New York City. He is a fan of the Knicks, and he is the president of the United States, and the Knicks are in the finals. Okay, the Knicks aren't the best team, right? But they've been playing the best during the playoffs, so it seems. And they're in the finals, okay, for the first time in a long time. The Knicks are in the finals, and we're going to see who they play, right? It's going to be the Spurs or it's going to be the Thunder. But until then, you have liberals who are speculating about what would happen if Trump actually showed up to a Knicks finals game.
This might be one of Donald Trump's dumbest decisions yet. He is apparently planning to go to one of the NBA Finals games in New York City to watch the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. He was originally planning to go to Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals, making a surprise appearance if the Knicks lost Game 4, but they won, they swept, and so now he's planning to go to one of the finals games in New York City. Now, Trump has already been soundly rejected by the NBA. For example, the Golden State Warriors didn't visit the White House in 2017 when they won, but they did go under President Biden. He's also gone after prominent players in the league, such as LeBron James, the GOAT. He attacked his intelligence, which is very ironic coming from Donald Trump. But let me just say this right now. If Donald Trump actually goes to one of these NBA final games, it will be a disaster for him. The Knicks fans will set the record for the longest boo in sports history. He will be utterly humiliated in front of everybody that's watching the finals. If Donald Trump goes, it would actually hurt the Knicks, who I hope we're all rooting for, by the way, because the vibe in the stadium would just be...
Would it though? I mean, yes, for the people that were there. If it was a place where they already naturally didn't like him, then yeah. But people in his base would see that video and they would probably just defend him. I don't.
completely off. But if Republicans want to find out how much New Yorkers hate Donald Trump, go ahead. Send him to the game. See how it goes for you guys.
Yeah, so we're going to find out. I don't know what's going to happen. But what I do know is that Democrats are trying to take swipes at President Trump, potentially going to a game.
Right. It's one where like he's going to a sporting event. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I care.
And it's not working out well for them. Like, for example, Kathy Hochul completely and totally face planted when taking a swipe at the president, okay, as she questioned whether or not he's actually a real Knicks fan. But the problem for Kathy Hochul is that based off her criteria, right, for what classifies as a real fan, which is having some actual knowledge of the history of the franchise, she would not be a Knicks fan, right? Because she completely and totally embarrassed herself when discussing whether or not President Trump is actually a Knicks fan.
Yeah, that's what. Oh. Stop.
What do you make of President Trump lying?
Right, hold on. Read this. Clown show. New York Governor Kathy Hochul is getting brutally roasted online after questioning President Trump's lifelong Knicks fandom by saying, "I'd ask him to name the starting lineup of the 1993 championship team and see how he does." The Knicks never won a championship in 1993. They lost to Michael Jordan's Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals. New York's last titles were in 1970 and 1973. So maybe she misspoke and she meant 1973 and she said 1993 on accident?
President Trump is actually a Knicks fan.
I misspeak a lot. I know I do.
To come to the NBA Finals, if the Knicks are possibly playing, do you think that he would go and you would also sit?
No.
What do you think of him saying he's a lifelong Knicks fan? I think that's how the Times.
Hold on.
The Knicks
fan.
What do you make of President Trump lying to come to the NBA Finals? If the Knicks are possibly playing, do you think that he would go and you would also sit?
No.
What do you think of him saying he's a lifelong Knicks fan? I think that's how the Times reported it.
I asked him to name the starting lineup from 1993 championship team and see how he does.
And what are New Yorkers getting out of it?
I don't know the answer. I mean, if the president wants to come to a championship game in New York City, I suspect he'll also be at World Cup events. I mean, he comes to the fights. It doesn't affect what I do. My job is to keep New Yorkers safe and celebrate the extraordinary teams that we.
Well, it might be a potential. If he's going to be there, people might show up just because he's going to be there. This could be an enormous boost in revenue from potential tourists.
You're blessed to have him here in the city of New York, so I don't see any problem with him coming. It's
Yeah. So you see that, you heard that. Now, she could have just left it at.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why she said that. She could have just said what she said at the end and just said, I don't care if he comes. It's a game. If he comes, if he comes, he's going to be here. If he doesn't, it doesn't really affect me. I don't care. She could have just said that.
I don't care about him coming, right? If he wants to come, he can come. He's the president. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But again, she tried to mock him over his supposed Knicks fandom, except, again, she doesn't even know the team history herself, which is why she's currently getting roasted for what she said, okay? New York Governor Kathy Hochul tried mocking President Donald Trump over his Knicks fandom, only to put up the rhetorical equivalent of a jump shot getting viciously swatted into the third row by prime Patrick Ewing. Here's what happened. The governor was asked for her reaction to Trump being a lifelong Knicks fan by a reporter during a press conference on Wednesday. Hochul then deadpan she would, quote, ask him to name the starting lineup of the 1993 championship team and see how he does. But that quip was way off the mark. First off, the Knicks didn't win the title in 1993. They didn't even make the NBA Finals that year. The 93 Knicks blew a 2-0 series lead to Michael Jordan's Bulls that year in the Eastern Conference Finals, with Chicago going on to win its third straight championship right after. Yeah. So this is extremely embarrassing. She basically questioned President Trump's Knicks fandom by saying that, hey, I will ask him.
Oh, because this is what they do, is they gatekeep. She knows what it is to be a real Knicks fan, so you have to meet her standard in order for her to give you your Knicks fan card.
The starting lineup of the 1993 championship team, except the Knicks did not win the championship in 1993. They didn't even make it to the finals. But for whatever reason, Kathy Hochul believes that the Knicks won the championship in 1993. So I guess by her own criteria, right, as governor of
Yeah.
New York,
Doesn't she also think that black people don't even know what computers are?
she's not a real Knicks fan because she doesn't even know basic facts about the history of the franchise. Okay. The Knicks last won a title in 1973. There was no 1993 championship. Any semi-knowledgeable hoops fan, and especially a Knicks fan, could tell you the last time New York won the title was 1973. That was the second ring for the early 70s Knicks squad that was led by Clyde Frazier and Willis Reed. If you're being charitable to the governor, the Knicks made the finals in 1994 but lost to the Rockets in 7 games. The Knicks also made the finals in 1999 but lost that series too.
I mean, it makes you wonder what exactly she was talking about. What she was
the last
referring
time
to.
the franchise reached the championship round before the Knicks swept the Cavs earlier this week. Hochul's botch joke comes after the New York Times reported Trump is considering going to Madison Square Garden to watch the Knicks play in the NBA Finals. Trump later on Wednesday confirmed he plans on hitting a Knicks game at MSG. Yeah, so we saw that clip. You seen that, you heard that. Yet again, this is another attempt by Democrats of going after Trump, right? Trying to mock Trump, and they end up embarrassing themselves, right? Because Hochul,
I mean, every time they try to be aggressive and mean and confrontational, they end up just falling flat on their face.
Doesn't even know her own basic history. Okay, and she's being corrected here, right? The memes. Hochul,
There she was.
celebrating the imaginary 1993 NBA champions, right? The Knicks. Hilarious.
Yeah, she was there.
Even her propaganda outlet, the Governor Hochul press office, right? Which is basically the same thing Gavin Newsom does, right? So you have these interns who push propaganda on behalf of these failing governors. They said she was baiting Trump into pretending that team won the finals, a classic 4D chess move. A 4D chess move, right? Again, it's 4D chess for Kathy Hochul to pretend to be dumb, right? But I don't think she's really pretending. The governor's interns think they're funny, but they are just embarrassing. Jokes on you. I was only pretending to be retarded. Wow, this is even dumber than her original post. Was that what she was doing when she said this?
Yes.
Right now we have
Thank you for bringing this up.
young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
Yeah. So basically, Hochul has a history of making stupid comments.
Pretty
right?
sure
And
pretty
once
sure
again, we have
black
another
people
stupid
know what
comment.
computers are.
I think she's actually dumb, right? I don't think she's pretending to be dumb.
Like,
I think she's actually dumb.
I think black people in Africa know what computers are.
And that's why she continues to make these comments. She didn't have to turn this into a political attack, right? She could have just said, hey, you know, if he comes, he comes. It is what it is. And kept it moving. But she couldn't do that. And she ended up embarrassing herself, and she's being roasted for it. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and
I don't know. It's like Hakeem Jeffries. I don't know why they say anything. I don't know. I don't like the same people who say that you shouldn't engage in the rhetoric. Engage in the rhetoric. I don't know. I mean, she's in office. That's the other thing too, is despite all these I feel like I'm watching Joe Biden again, where despite all these blunders and times where she kind of trips over herself in front of the camera, she's still in office. Somehow she still has support from someone. I don't know. So someone clearly thinks she's doing a good job. Clearly, despite this backlash, someone thinks that she's worthy of maintaining her office. I don't know.